Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Evison. Coming up, a look at a couple of councils' difference in attitude to selective licensing. But first, rent arrears are the bane of landlords' lives, and as a result, the profile of who landlords will let to has changed. Research carried out by Sheffield Hallam University revealed that 32% of landlords said they actively sought to decrease lettings to under 35s over the last 3 years, while 2/3 said they would be unwilling to let to young people in receipt of housing benefit or universal credit. What then can be done to reduce the risk? One solution is direct debit. Many landlords don't even realise that they can access the direct debit system, but third-party payment processors make it easy to set up and manage payments. One advantage of direct debit is that it puts you, the landlord, in control. If you are increasing the rent, for example, you can do this directly by altering the direct debit, rather than relying on the tenant to change their standing order or other method of payment. Under the terms of the direct debit scheme, you just have to give a minimum 3 working days written notice in advance of any change to the amount, date or frequency. Some tenants may be reluctant to commit to paying by direct debit, feeling that it gives the landlord carte blanche to take any amount out of their account. In fact, tenants who pay by direct debit are fully protected by the direct debit guarantee. For some time now, selective licensing has been introduced across the country for a variety of properties in an effort to weed out bad landlords, and it has been met with mixed reception. Nottingham has been given the green light by the Secretary of State for the Department of Communities and Local Government. The City Council scheme, covering around 31,000 privately rented homes in Nottingham, is the largest outside London to be given the approval by the Secretary of State. A recent report by the BRE Group estimated that 21% of Nottingham's private rented properties are likely to have Category 1 hazards, such as exposed wiring, a dangerous boiler, bedrooms that are very cold, a leaking roof, mould on the walls or ceiling, and vermin infestation. The council hopes that new selective licensing scheme will help to make sure that these issues are addressed. The new licence is expected to cost landlords who have Nottingham Standard accreditation in the region of £400, while those without accreditation will pay about £650. Meanwhile, in Telford, a selective scheme has been scrapped by Telford and Wrekin Council after more than 900 people replied to a consultation. Under the original plans, private landlords in certain areas of Telford would have been required to acquire 5-year licences before renting out their properties. But after receiving hundreds of negative responses from local residents as part of its public consultation, the local council will now look to clamp down on rogue landlords and improve the local private rented sector by replacing its initial plans with a new set of proposal called Better Homes for All. Councillor Nicola Lowry, ward member for the Ironbridge Gorge, was among a number of local councillors to campaign against the proposal for selective licensing. She said to introduce selective licensing at this stage would have been extremely damaging for reputable, good landlords and will do little to improve housing standards, as there are existing sanctions available to tackle rogue landlords and ensure properties are adequately maintained. Her final point is one that all councils across the country should take on board. She said, when considering whether to make a selective licensing designation, a local housing authority should consider if there are any other courses of action available to it that would achieve the same objective. And finally, last time I told you about the interior of the Mews house on BBC drama McMafia was actually not the Mews house featured in the exterior shots, but a 6-bedroom house in Wandsworth. Well, the actual Mews house used for the exterior shots, are you keeping up with me so far, has come on the market priced at £2.6 million. James Robinson, General Manager of estate agent Lurop Brown, said there has been a lot of interest in Mews homes in South Kensington since McMafia started. It was a bit like when Layer Cake was released. Daniel Craig's character lived on Queensgate Mews and there was so much interest on the back of it. Other famous mews include Wimpole Mews, where the Profumo affair took place. Less scandalous is St Luke's Mews, Notting Hill, home of newly married couple Peter and Juliet in the film Love Actually, where Andrew Lincoln's character professed his love. Also on Queensgate Mews is where Madonna and Guy Ritchie used to live. That's all from me. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, please like and share, and do leave us a comment below. Would especially like to hear from you if you've had some experience with selective licensing. See you next time. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Property Box. What's that? Existing sound. There's been a lot of interest in mews. They must making it up. I'm making it up as I go along. If you've had some experiencing, new subject by the way.